Oh hey, didn't see you there. Welcome to my humble abode, my sanctuary, and my final resting grounds. It ain't much, but it's home. And what's more homely than a nice stash of ultra-violence? Hotline Miami is a certified hood classic. If you've never heard of Hotline Miami, well, then you're slime, you're filth, you're a goddamn mole person. It's basically this top-down game where you play as a furry that beats up Slavic people. That might sound like a disservice, but I mean, come on, this game was made by two dudes who had nothing more besides the standard yes homo attraction to Ryan Gosling, a few spare pixels, and a budget that was suspiciously equal to the going rate of a few tabs of acid. That last part wasn't me being a jerk-off about how surreal the game is. The psychedelic atmosphere is one of this game's biggest draws. As a matter of fact, this game is known for its sobriety the same way a Travis Scott concert is known for its peaceful atmosphere and law-abiding crowds. If the talking chicken man in BBD, bald black dude, didn't shove the message in your face enough, Hotline Miami is supposed to be commentary on violence in video games. The game is basically constantly making a comparison between a psychedelic drug trip and the abstract nature of video games. The point is that neither are necessarily real, but that doesn't make them meaningless or any less profound than anything that is real. And like any good avant-garde message, it was appropriated by some hack fraud and implemented into a AAA video game release, except worse in every single way. You see, Dr. Uckman, in his infinite wisdom, decided that a treatise on the morality of beating the shit out of pixels should be the main topic of discussion in his zombie video game. He figured the best way of going about this was by filling his game with million-dollar motion-tracked animations of people and dogs getting their heads blown open, some real sadistic death groans of aimed NPCs eating dirt, and hypo-photorealistic gore and viscera that's so real you can practically smell the cinnamon toast crunch without the cinnamon toast. In contrast, and I cannot stress this enough, you have two stoners who are able to deliver the exact same message on a fraction of the budget and with graphics that look like Pac-Man Florida Edition within only a few hours of gameplay and in a way that's 10 times more creative and interesting than anything Druckmann ever came up with. Now all of this touches non-sexually on something that I've been thinking about lately, which is just how fucking influential Hotline Miami is. Outside of Naughty Dog, Hotline Miami is also referenced by Suda51 and Travis Strikes Back, the third game in the No More Heroes series. The difference here is that when Suda51 rips off a game, he rips off a fucking game. I wouldn't be surprised if he never even got permission to use these characters. And he's not the only one. The entire indie scene, especially back then, was absolutely flooded with the neon coattails of 80s style. Synthwave music so analog it was reformed with rocks and sticks, and blood-soaked innards and entrails, and ooey-gooey gizzards ripped out of 8-bit motherfuckers. You had obvious derivations of the HM formula, Fury, Katana Zero, but you also had people like Puppet Combo making those retro horror games which themselves turned out to become a whole genre for a new generation of indie horror. And even if we wanted to say Hotline Miami wasn't a direct influence for these things, the point is that Hotline Miami created an entire niche, a genuine market for 80s nostalgia that just kept snowballing into more and more genres and artistic mediums. You might ask what made Hotline Miami such a smash hit. Was it the brutality? The shocking imagery? Well, ladies and gentlemen, do I have a fucking surprise for you. Here in my bedroom, we have Mr. Jacket here in the flesh. Give it up for Jacket. Tell us, Jacket, what's it like being in the face of a smash hit indie title? You gotta be a part of Payday 2. You met John Wick and everything. How was that experience? Ever considered getting a film adaptation? Maybe by Mr. UA Bowl? Okay, that's the end of the video.
Ship a shake by my disrespect. Dismiss this life, worship death. Cold blood knot of serpent's breath. Exhale like spells from the endlessness in the bottomless well of emptiness. Channel to invoke what we represent. Secret